What's good, YouTube? This is your man, Uncle Demi, and today I have another banger for you. The NBA Player Series continue, and today we have Derrick Rose. And not just any Derrick Rose, we have MVP Derrick Rose. And of course, anybody know the story behind Derrick Rose? He was the youngest MVP ever in the NBA. And then unfortunately, he had a crazy turn of events when it comes to knee injuries. And it basically derailed his career as far as projected to be one of the greatest point guards of all time. He's become now a good point guard in the league. He does show flashes of some of that talent that he did have when he was obviously with the Bulls. But unfortunately, like I said, some really bad injuries really held him back. But of course, if anybody can remember his MVP season, it was one of the greatest seasons you've ever seen from a point guard in the NBA. And today we're going to try to make him. So of course, as you know what we're doing here, the whole objective is to make this build that you have right here and try to put it right into MyPlayer. We're not trying to adjust anything. We do not want to adjust his height. We do not want to adjust his weight. We want to see slash and playmaker, and we want to try to give him as many badges as we possibly can. Now, this is where things get really crazy, because as you look here, Derrick Rose has a 95 driving layup. He has a 90 dunk, 84 close shot. That's not bad, right? But then he has a 90 mid-range shot, a 76 three-point shot, right? And then he has a 96 ball handling. He has a 96 speed with ball. And of course, the last but not least, where is it at? His perimeter defense, his steals are low. So what does that mean? His out of quickness is high though, but what does that mean? So we're in a tough situation here because he has a 90 mid-range shot, right? And he has high dunking and he has high ball handling. So that means he has three different pie charts that we cannot even use, right? We can't use three pie charts. So we have to choose between either slashing and ball handling pie chart, or we have to choose between a slashing and shooting pie chart, right? So the question is, which pie chart will best, represent Derrick Rose in this aspect, right? But then let's go to the badges, all right? So he has 12 finishing badges. He has 3 Hall of Fame badges off rip. He has consistent finisher, fancy footwork, fast break. I mean, like, it just goes on and on and on, right? Of course, this is Derrick Rose, this is MVP Derrick Rose. He doesn't have a lot of shooting badges, right? So that automatically lets me know that the main pie chart definitely is going to be slashing and playmaking, because he has Hall of Fame badges in each one. But what's crazy though is you look, he has no defensive badges. I'm talking about at least James Harden had 1. He doesn't have any. So at least that's going to be easy to do in the MyPlayer builder. We don't have to worry about giving any defensive badges to him, right? Which is rare, right? Is extremely rare. Because I thought that, I guess I never really looked at Derrick Rose as not being a defender, but I guess he wasn't, right? I guess he wasn't. I mean, like, I guess, I was so caught up that he played in such a defensive-oriented offense with Tagliabue, right? So, as you know, at that time, Joakim Noah was the anchor of that defense. They had one of the best defenses in the league. So, it just threw me off that he doesn't have any defensive badges. But sometimes I guess you can look at it like this, that all the other players around here were so great defensively that it was able to hide his limitations on defense, right? So anyway, obviously the pie chart that we're going with is finishing and playmaking. Again, there's too many badges on the playmaking and finishing. We cannot do this, guys. We cannot. Obviously, we don't have enough space to do this. But of course, what we're going to do is the best that we can. So let's head over to my favorite screen, man, the MyPlayer builder. Okay, so here we go. So of course, Derrick Rose was a point guard. So we definitely want to go ahead and give him a point guard. He was right-handed. He was number 1, right? So that's pretty self-explanatory. We talked about going with this pie chart here. So this is the pie chart we're going to go with, the slashing and the playmaking pie chart, right? Last but not least, you want to go with speed and vert. Obviously, you cannot emulate what he had because they were 99 speed and his vert was a 99, but you definitely can get pretty close to that with this 99 speed here. 92 and a 95 vert. So you want to go here. If you go here, Derrick Rose and I had an 83 vert, so there's no need to even try to do that. We would definitely lose a little bit of speed to make sure we can get him a massive jump to his vert. So that's what we're going to go with, 95 vert. All right. Now here, again, this is where we're going to have to just literally max out as much as we can to give him as many badges as possible. So when I say that, this is what we're going to do. 90, 94, 89, 46, and 73. Right? You see how if we move one, so we want to get as many badges as possible, so we're gonna have to add post hook in here. That's just what it has to be. Right? 74, we're gonna max all this out, right? And then we want to go 80 because I'll give you exactly 13. And then here you want to max out that to 89. You want to get a 92 ball handling. Your post moves you want to drop down to an 82 because I'll give you right at 26. And even though he had no defensive badges, we still want to make sure he has good perimeter defense and good lateral quickness. And then we'll put the rest on the steals, right? So for once, I don't even feel bad by putting anything on his defense because the fact is the game is saying MVP Derrick Rose didn't even have one single defensive badge, right? So, okay, it's like, all right, cool. Don't have to say me, tell me twice. Now, here you have 25 finishing badges, 13 shooting, and 26 playmaking. Yes, this is a ton of badges that we can play with. We're still not going to be able to emulate exactly what those badges shown, but I'm going to try my dangest to make sure I can get this as close as we possibly can. So you want to go defined here or solid. It doesn't matter. I think that Derrick Rose is more defined. He definitely wasn't burly and built. So you want to go defined here. All right. Remember, he was 6'3". He was 190 pounds. So he's go right at 190. Right. You want to get your wingspan and you want to lower that down all the way down to a 75 because he had a 90 mid-range shot. We cannot give him a 90 mid-range shot. Right? So the only thing we can do is just try to get him close to a 77, which is not bad, I guess, when you're thinking about 2K and how they cannot emulate certain players. But I'll be honest with you, this is probably the closest that I've been thus far of really getting one of these players to be like, like their main build outside of the MyPlayer builder. So 77 is not bad. It's not a 90, but you can definitely get this up to an 81 and an 82 if you hit 99 with it. So let's be honest, that's not bad. Driving dunk is an 89, even though he had a 95. But you know what? It is still not bad because all you have to do is just hit 96. And you have a 90 driving dunk, and then you get all the contact animations. So again, this is not bad. 95 ball handling. That's right where he had right there. So you cannot get mad about this so far. All right. You know you can go with slashing and playmaking, but come on, seriously, Derrick Rose at that time, he was definitely a slasher. Right. So let's see if we can get slashing playmaker along with Derrick Rose. And look at that. You got slashing playmaker, and at the top you have Derrick Rose, right? So we have literally just have the MyPlayer builder saying, you know what? You made a Derrick Rose build. He's a slashing playmaker, so we're good. All right, now let's go ahead and go to what I always think so far is the hardest thing to do is try to make this individual exactly what Derrick Rose was, all right? So you want to go 99 here, all right? Now, when you're looking here, Derrick Rose had 3 Hall of Fame badges, all right? He had Acrobat on Hall of Fame, he had Contact Finisher Hall of Fame, and he had Teardrop Hall of Fame, right? So let's just do that, right? Then he had tons of gold badges. So we're not able to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to give gold to a couple, and then the rest is just going to have to be silver, right? So he had Consistent Finisher. We're just going to make that silver, all right? He had fast break. I'm going to go with silver on that also, all right? He had Fancy Footwork. We're going to have to go silver. All right. He had Giant Slayer. We're going to have to go silver. All right. He had Pro Touch. We're going to have to go silver. He had Relentless, Showtime, and Slithery Finisher. Right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go Relentless on bronze. We're going to go Slithery on bronze. And then we're going to go Showtime on bronze. So believe it or not, every single badge that Derrick Rose had, we got right here. All right. Now, if you want to try to change some things up, this is what I definitely would say. All right. Maybe you want to go bronze here. All right. Let's do that. Now, remember, guys, we're trying to give Derrick Rose all the badges he can. Then let's say, for instance, let's just go. If you don't do teardrops, let's cheat. And let's go ahead and drop this down to bronze also. Okay. Acrobat, it sounds all good and dandy. This is a really, really good badge. But let's go ahead and drop that down to gold. All right. So then let's go ahead and give Giant Slayer gold, right? Work with me now. Move this up. Get this onto gold, okay? Because I think that's important, right? Go ahead and get Pro Touch to gold. Nah, let's do Consistent Finisher of gold. Because I don't green a lot of layups. I don't know about y'all. And then let's get Fancy Footwork of gold. I like that better, all right? I like that better. So believe it or not, we got every single badge accounted for here that Derrick Rose has. And we also was able to, you know, move things around to be able to give him the best that we can with the limitations that we have. So this is what I would say will be really dope. But again, this is your build. You can make it any way you want to. If you want to use all the badges he currently has on his MVP player, then, you know, maybe you want to change it around a little bit differently. The only thing I say for hands down, you definitely have is contact finish needs to be gold. I mean, Hall of Fame. But other than that, the rest is your choice, right? On the shooting side of things, believe it or not, he had catch and shoot on bronze. He had volume shooter on gold, so we can do that. Volume shooter on gold, all right? He had clutch shot on silver, all right? And then he had corner specialist on bronze. So he had bronze here and he had bronze here. But what we need to do is definitely get a quick draw on gold, all right? Then next, if again, we're just trying to make Derrick Rose build. So to me, I'm like, well, what would be the next best thing for him? What would be some of the things that we definitely would want to go with? Excuse me. I definitely would say we want to go ahead and add range extender to gold, all right? So we have Derrick Rose shooting badge. And listen, obviously, if you know, Derrick Rose took a lot of things to the basket. Now, we're trying to emulate Derrick Rose here, guys, the real Derrick Rose. We're not trying to do anything outside of that. So if any of y'all aren't paying attention, because I know y'all can be like, what, man, bronze, what is clutch shooter and da-da-da-da. We're trying to get Derrick Rose, MVP Derrick Rose, from the main screen, and we're in rosters, right, at the main screen, our options screen, and we're trying to put him in the MyPlayer builder and emulate that. So we are not able to, if he doesn't have Hot Zone Hunter, right, he doesn't have Green Machine, he doesn't have Hot Star, he doesn't have none of those badges, so we're not giving it to him. But we're going to go ahead and add Quick Draw, because you need to have Quick Draw no matter what you're doing, and range extender, so you can at least be able to be out there to the three-point line a little bit and do that. Now, this is your build. You can do it any way. I'm just going to give you exactly what Derrick Rose is supposed to be, right? Playmaking badges, all right? So this is where things get really tricky, right? So, believe it or not, Derrick Rose had Floor General on bronze, all right? He had Flashy on bronze. He had Dimer on bronze, which that makes sense. He wasn't doing a lot of passing, all right? He had Quick First Step on Hall of Fame, all right? He had Stop and Go on Hall of Fame, but I'm not even going to touch that because, as you know, 2K Lab said that Stop and Go is just not effective in this year, right? He had Ankle Breaker on Hall of Fame, right? And then he had Handles for Days on gold, all right? He had Unpluckable on gold. He had Tight Handles on gold, and as you can see, we're already running out. He had Space Creator on gold, right? He had Needle Threader on gold, and he had Pass Fake on gold, and he had Lob City on gold. But the thing is this, right? He had Lob City Passer. We're just gonna put that on bronze. He had Pass Fake, Maestro. He had that on. We're gonna put that on bronze, right? And then he had Needle Threader, and that's, of course, we're gonna put Needle Threader on bronze. All right. Now, this is how we're gonna go with this, right? Because he had a lot of gold badges, and we can't do that. What I'm gonna do here is make one adjustment. I'm gonna take Ankle Breaker. I'm gonna drop that down. I don't really think he needs it, but I'm gonna put that on silver, right? Go ahead and put Handles for Days, right? And then Space Creator. We'll go ahead and make that adjustment. What was really kind of funny though is that he didn't have Downhill. And to be honest with you, I think Downhill just makes more sense. I was shocked that he didn't have Downhill. I'm like, how does he not have Downhill? Derrick Rose can get from one side of the court to the other pretty fast. So I'm not sure why he didn't have Downhill. But this is what I would go with, guys, right? This is going to give you everything that Derrick Rose had. And then, of course, we made some slight adjustments just based upon how it is in Park in my career, right? All right, there you go. And then on the defensive side, he didn't have any badges, so we can't leave it blank. So then for me, I just think the best thing to do is go clamps. All right, clamps on bronze. Again, it was a shocker that he didn't have any defensive badges. Y'all saw it yourselves, so you can't say nothing to me about it. Oh, he was a great defender. I mean, obviously he wasn't, right? I mean, I don't know, right? But, you know, like I said, you know, me vividly watching him and having so much knowledge of the game, I just never once heard anybody say, I mean, I guess I want to say I never heard anybody say that. I mean, I know that when he was younger, a lot of people said he had laps on defenses and he really, you know, he concentrated more on offense. But that's just a lot of great athletes in the beginning, in the early stages of their career. You know, who doesn't enjoy offense? Defense requires so much more work than it does on offense. Because on offense, you don't have to exert so much energy because you're the one that's making the initial movement. So when any single time you have to react to something, it requires twice as much energy to react because you have to literally work with your fast twitch muscles and you are now reacting to something. So if I was to stand here and somebody was to make a quick move to the left, it's going to be a real big jolt for me to be able to try to defend that because I have to put twice as much energy to react to something, whereas the one that actually initiating that movement. All right, so that's just a little lesson right there for y'all, for my non-athletes. All right, but here you go. You have 26, 13, 25, and 1. I'm not sure. I didn't do the math on that. That's 50, 51. That's 6. See 50. See 25. That's 51. 13. That is 64. That's 65 badges. Am I doing that right? I think that's 65. 25. 25 is 50. Plus 1. Right? That's 51. Plus here. That's 64. Plus 1 is 5. Dang, that's 65 badges? Yo, that's crazy. Am I doing that right? I'm not crazy, am I? Yeah. 25. 20, that's 50. Plus the 1. That's 51. 4. 60. That's 65 badges. My goodness. That's crazy. 65 badges? Wow. Okay. Yeah. 65. There we go. All right. So, my nephews, my nieces, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Like I said, it's a unique spin on how we do these build videos. Hopefully y'all enjoying that. If y'all did enjoy this video, please sub, like up the channel. Of course, we're making a really, really solid push for 8,000. So hopefully we hit that 8,000 by the end of this weekend. Other than that, guys, this is your man, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really, really soon with another banger. And you know, if I say I'll be back really, really soon with another banger, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.
If he caught for a low, we gon' give it to him. Take the stop off the top of no transformer. Remember ducking and dodging on every corner. Doing flip with a beat like a mighty morpher. Told myself to get rich and go help.